This offense has a second down play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He'll ride his man on the option. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
In this offense, they like their quarterback running these QB-designed runs like you saw right there, but the defense, they're going to light up every time they see him tote the rock. They know they've got an opportunity to lay a hit on him and create a takeaway like they did right there.
First down for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Going to try to get it himself. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? And the Aztecs want to move quickly.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They'll try the jet sweep, going for the 1st down. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
This defense is in for a long day, because they're not going to have to only play with great awareness and eye discipline. They're going to have to be willing to run sideline to sideline and have to try to shut down receivers like that on jet sweeps.
The Aztecs trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Navy will go back on the attack. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You've got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. It's caught. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. You're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the 1st down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
That's an awesome-looking carry. And you know when you're playing Navy, you better get ready to try to stop the run. Whether it's option, whether it's conventional, you better practice being in your gap, everybody being sound, and getting your eyes on the football. There are 3 certainties in life, guys. You're going to die, you're going to pay your taxes, and Navy is going to tote the rock.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
And now on second down for this offense.
Here we go.
They finally make the stop with the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Goes to the option. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
On the double. Right now, boys.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, San Diego State 7, Navy 0.
Ready up.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying play action. Looking for the score. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy.
Well, when you call the wheel route, you need to have the right matchup, and that time they did. It was the linebacker on the running back, one-on-one. He uses his speed, beat him to the outside, and that's about as easy as it can get.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? He's looking to throw. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Touchdown, midshipman. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he's going to try to return this one. He doesn't get it back to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. He's got it down the right side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the Aztecs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Steps away. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He leaves it with his back. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The Aztecs want to pick up the tempo.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll run play action. He'll throw it. Pulls it in. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aztecs! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And here comes the Navy offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer now is on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Now on the option. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
That's a really nice job running the option at quarterback, and I feel like when we talk Navy QBs, we're always talking about Roger Staubach. He won the Heisman, he's a Super Bowl champion with the Dallas Cowboys. Keenan Reynolds, I think, is one of the greatest football players in college history that nobody talked enough about. He was so dangerous on these option runs, and this guy right here kind of reminds you of Reynolds with his running ability.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Got the first down and more. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. On the option. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Wants to throw on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
Now facing a 3rd and long. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Ready? They'd be looking at a 53-yard field goal from here. Instead, they'll try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge 1st down.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Yeah, and after the QB calls his own number and all these options, obviously multiple plays, he decides to stick with it, get some positive yards, and now what's next off of that? What's my next read off of that? How am I going to mix things up and keep this defense off balance?
Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Running back goes in motion. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football. So good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play in this half.
42, Spider. 4-2.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Okay, ready?
One more snap coming before halftime.
Green 25.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Navy.
On the set.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
Set. Ready.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Navy will kick it deep to get the 2nd half underway. And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Navy.
And here comes the offense on second down. The play action fake. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Aztecs racing to the line in the hurry-up. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Buys a little extra time. Takes a hit as he fires. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The Aztecs will snap it on 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. It's caught downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
A run for the quarterback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Finds his big tight end. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. And the Aztecs come to the line in the hurry-up. Off-play action on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A 1st down run in the red zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's now 2nd and goal.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, San Diego State. And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
Number 81 with the grab and the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Notre Dame has the lead currently, but it hasn't come easy for the Golden Domers. They're in a tight one right now. They're up by 13 over Alabama. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Looking left. Complete downfield.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Now on 1st down from the 30. They'll run the option. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
And man, he had nobody around him. That's got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. The option look. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
That's what's so great about these QB runs. They just chip away at the defense. And as this game goes on, these little QB runs, they're going to help keep 3rd downs manageable for this offense.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Now on third down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall?
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, San Diego State 21, Navy 14.
Got it.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal.
Easy.
Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires into the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down.
Jackrabbit.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense.
Nothing but green ahead. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Aztecs will hustle to the line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Aztecs!
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Navy 14.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive.
4-2 Spider.
Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Now the pitch. He breaks a tackle. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that fourth down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. He's going to pass. And that one's incomplete.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. What a nice job just finding a spot downfield and lofting it in there perfect.
And you see quarterbacks and receivers do that all the time, right? All summer, throwing the ball in air, throwing the ball in air. Why? Because I know exactly where he's going to be right when I get my back foot in the ground to throw the football. You could tell he knew exactly how much touch to put on that ball to make a big play down the field.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zero.
Slams ahead. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
San Diego State offense will take over. First and 10.
San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Tripped up for the tackle.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Defense playing a bail technique. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. And the Aztecs getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The Aztecs in the hurry up. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Going with the ground game left. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Back open in the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Fourth down, gotta have it here. Throws for the tight end. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
What a great stop in a big moment for this defense. Nice job getting the stop. Now listen, the ball goes back to the offense, and this has a chance now to be a great finish. That was a clutch stand for this defense.
And here comes the Navy offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position, too, Reese.
Open runway ahead. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? You got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the 4th. Finds his man. It's Morris. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5 plus. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Off the play fake. Fires downfield. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Trying to take it back. The 40. Inside the 30. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
San Diego State.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team.